So one thing that I think that a lot of players can agree upon is the fact that Stormpoint isn't everyone's favorite map. There are the people who don't like it as a pubs map, and there's also the people who don't like it in ranked, and then there's people who don't like it in both. So hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest, 8 Second Gaming, and today I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a light at the end of a tunnel and break down some information on the leaked moon map. Because right now I do think it's good to get some people's minds off Stormpoint and give you something to look forward to. But just quickly, if you guys are grinding a rank this season and running into a bit of a plateau, then you need to check out the GameLeap website right now. Because over there we have highly informative courses and guides all aimed at making you the best Apex player that you can possibly be. No matter what aspect of Apex you are having issues with, we have a solution for you. So if you're looking to get better at Apex, click the link in the description, pick yourself up a membership, or I'll melt your ice cream. Okay, but now jumping back into the new map. What is it? Some of you may have never heard of it before. Well, a few months ago there was a massive leak of Apex content that included legends, weapons, and this new map. And this map was still in early development, but from the looks of things it is a map on a moon. And another thing that I noticed is from the gameplay it looks like it is fairly small. It looks more like Kings Canyon, but it has a lot of stuff packed into it. Like, it looks like it has more terrain, buildings, and just random playable spots. From the gameplay, there are a few things that we can't really tell, but something that caught everyone's eye is the fact that the map is cracked in half and there are chunks of floating debris around in the skybox. This then led to some players believing that this was the moon we saw in the Seer cinematic, and the season that this comes out will heavily focus on him, sort of how season 13 was focused around Bangalore and her brother. Now this doesn't seem to be the case, but I will talk a little bit more about that at the end. But now this map does seem to have its fair share of choke points, bridges, and ziplines, so there will be a decent amount of spots to fight, hold, and even play for zones. And there's even this really cool kind of park themed area with statues of what looked like prowlers and other random life forms. So this was once a populated area, and if these creatures live on that planet we might see another form of PvE like we did on Stormpoint. But something big that should also be noted as well is that this map does in fact have jump towers. So it isn't like Stormpoint where they only have one and that kind of almost forces Valkyrie onto a team. This map will have a lot more rotational options. Now we also got a look at the unfinished minimap, and from the looks of it in this early one there are only 16 points of interest. So unless there are a solid amount of no-name areas on the map, there will more than likely be a lot of early game fights as teams will be landing with each other for a named location. And I know that Stormpoint isn't everyone's favorite because there's not a lot of early game fights, so this will change that. And with the names of those drop spots, we can see that there's more evidence of the fact that people used to live here. And this has caused a lot more speculation in the community as to what this world could be. Now, like I said, one of the theories is that Seer planet that we saw in the cinematic. Or the other popular one is the moon around Typhon from the Titanfall games. This one was destroyed by the fold weapon, so that could explain all the floating rocks in the area. The Typhon one also seems to have the most amount of evidence backing it up. It does have some pictures matching up from art in game, and the planet you can see this map orbiting around has very lush green features. So that doesn't really match up with Seer's planet from the Story of the Outlands video that we saw, but it does however match up with Typhon from Titanfall. When we see the planet in the game, there is a ton of green plant life, looking exactly like the one that we see in the leaked footage. And if that's enough, from lore in Titanfall, Orthos, the moon colony, was a mining outpost with farms and other areas in between. So things are really matching up for that one, and since the moon was destroyed, it seems like a fairly good spot for the games to take over. Turn a disaster from the war into a televised game arena. Makes total sense for me. And for all the smarty pants out there that remember that the maps in the game are all tied to a certain Legends homeworld, don't fear because Typhon is the homeworld of Wraith, so it still works in canon. And if you're getting excited looking forward to this map, it should be coming out either next season or the season after that. There's no set date on it quite yet. Though if anything changes on that, we will be making a video updating you, so stay tuned for that. But now I want to toss it over to you guys. Are you excited for this map? I know it's still very early, but do you think it'll be an amazing ranked map and be a solid one for a lot of players to just grind it out on? Let me know in the comments down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did and you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest Apex Legends tips, tricks, and news, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming, and I will see you in the next one.